Hello! Today I'll finally paint some glasses onto mini dolls, mainly to create a Harry Potter heaven. Brickomotion. Mini dolls are mostly female and without glasses, and that's fine, as it reflects their target demographic. But sometimes you get a crazy amount of comments asking, demanding a Harry Potter video. So you search and you search for the perfect head, and there just isn't one. Oh, that's just me? You don't have that problem? Alrighty then! This video is completely self-indulgent. Yeah! It's extremely hard to paint round, symmetrical objects on a curved surface without any help. That's why I avoided it for years. But now I had an epiphany that I could use nail polish stamping plates. To be honest, I had the idea for a long time, but I was only on the lookout for eyeglasses-shaped designs that would be the perfect fit for a mini doll, and I never found them. What I've recently found is this circle shape that happens to be just the right size. And it took me only a year to realize that. What a genius I am! And so the stamping began. The mini doll's head is still weirdly shaped, so it took me several tries to get the circle to look right. And then I had to make another symmetrical one. That proved to be surprisingly difficult. At several points, I just wanted to give up. But apparently, I wanted to make 3 Harry Potter versions more, so I continued. After the stamps were finally applied to my liking, I used black paint to connect them and to fill in any gaps. A toothpick helped me not to make a mess of everything. With that, the glasses were done. And only 2 years later than planned. Wow! So, if these glasses were all you wanted to see me do, congratulations, you're done! But I'm not. Harry had to get a scar as well. Without it, he wouldn't be Harry now, would he? Now I'm done with Harry. Unfortunately, my painted scar doesn't align with the hairpiece Lego intended for him. Lego could have asked me where I wanted the scar to be, or I could have checked before painting it on. You know, whichever. As I was already equipping the dolls with some glasses, I gave Professor Trelawney the exact same glasses as Harry. And I think it works. For Professor Flitwick, I used the same trick, just in silver. See how just changing the color makes a huge difference. Dumbledore's half-moon spectacles required putting the stamp on, removing the top part of it, and painting a thin silver line to close them up. That was quite a lot of work, but I'm very happy with the result. Most fun and work were Luna's Spectre Specs. Here I used the stamps only as a guide, painting the edges in old gold and then filling them in with pink and blue. Getting some shimmer in all of the colors used was a must. But you already knew that. This probably isn't the first of my videos you are watching. Oh, the things you learn here. I think original Lego glasses still look better than any of my painted ones. And if they ever release Harry Potter characters as mini dolls, I'm gonna buy them. All. Multiple times. Until then, I can and will enjoy my custom ones. And you know, you can use Lego's original glasses for Minerva McGonagall and Rita Skeeter. So, at least that's something. Bye-bye! Hello, Claire here. Today I'll transfigure the trio, Harry, Ron and Hermione, by cutting, gluing and painting. There was a lot of customizing for one video. Was the result worth the trouble? Brickomotion. I started working on this video 4 months ago. Why didn't I finish it earlier? It's like I don't even care about the wizarding world. Well, that clearly isn't the issue. So what was? I decided I was going to make mini dolls. Hooray! The minifigures had little legs, thus the dolls had to shrink down too. I would just cut off a bit of the legs piece and that's it, right? Except that when I start customizing, I go overboard. It seems to be a professional hazard. So, I trimmed the arms and the torso as well. I slashed only one pair of pants instead of two because I had better things to do, like getting the Disney princesses ready for Halloween. Then it was a matter of using green stuff to glue the parts together and to fill in the unintentional gaps. That resulted in unintentional bumps that I had to cut. While I was painting over the cut parts, it came to my attention that I haven't cut them enough. Neither the green stuff on the skirt nor the length of the pants. Also, the pants stood at an unfainting angle. It was at that point I had to remove myself from the situation, to question every decision that led me to here and now. After a few days, I calmed down enough to continue torturing myself. I concluded there was no hope for the pants, but the skirt could still be salvaged. Plus, I learned green stuff doesn't work that well as glue, but super glue does. Who would have thought? I chose to paint the uniforms gray with a touch of silver to give them a bit of a shimmer. I mean, what kind of self-respecting magical school could possibly not have shiny uniforms? Not my Hogwarts. I'll make it sparkle any way that I can. I knew I wanted the vests to have red and gold stripes, so I got my hands on some thin golden tape. Haha, this allows me to quickly make straight, well-defined lines. I'm gonna be done so fast, it doesn't stick that well to the arms. Bummer. And it would be weird if I used them in some places and not in others, hence they had to go. Awesome. One sleepless night later, the ties and stripes were painted, all by themselves. At this point in the process, only the outlines are missing. You can see I took this opportunity to simultaneously paint 5 Gryffindor uniforms, 2 shorter and 3 standard ones. More on that later. Let's finally put some mini dolls together. Harry Potter gets the almost shortened legs, the slightly tinier torso, and a magnificently painted face. Guess which one of those parts is my favorite? I've done a Harry Potter Dollify trilogy 2 years ago, and it's done according to my abilities at that moment in time. Yeah, that Harry doesn't even have his glasses on. The poor thing probably can't even distinguish a thestral from an acromantula. Basically, the only thing I got right back then is that Harry has green eyes. And judging by the comments, you don't believe that, so here. How is Harry introduced to us? As having bright green eyes. Can't argue with that now, can ya? But back to the now. This Harry isn't blind, has a scar and wears the original Lego hairpiece for Harry. That is cause for celebration, for in the past, Harry's hairstyles left much to be desired. I'll move the minifigure out of the way now, because I want to show you how this Harry looks like when he grows up a bit. Now you know why I made multiple Gryffindor vests. This is also a great occasion for you to notice how much smaller the shrinked pants and torsos are. Well, they're not that much smaller, but it adds up to a noticeable height difference. That was totally worth the frustration. I think the older Harry looks too old to still be wearing his Hogwarts uniform, but it is what it is. I painted on his glasses, scar, and a smile, 'cause I want him to be happy. And happy he will be in the Gryffindor common room. Ron Weasley's uniform is completely different from Harry's, so I'll show it in excruciating detail. I'm just kidding. It consists of literally the same pieces. The difference is in the head and hair. And the prophecy thing, but that's of no concern to us here. I added the freckles to his cheeks and again used the new hairpiece Lego designated for him. And his older version gets the same treatment. Unlike Harry, the grown-up Ron doesn't look all that grown up. What is exactly what I was going for, so yeah! Hermione Granger's the only girl in the trio, so she gets the same treatment as the boys. Unintentionally, I've shortened her legs a wee bit more than the pants. Well, I'll call it a happy accident and move on. As I've already described, I also trimmed her torso and arms. Good thing I did too, because these mini legs don't work well with the standard torso. Both the short and the tall Hermione have the same hair and face. It seems 2018 was the year LEGO decided to give the Wizarding World characters accurate hairstyles. Thank you, LEGO. Your efforts are very much appreciated. I like the trio in all their versions. Yes, I said all. I like the LEGO minifigures and my custom mini dolls. But then again, I love the book so much and I did all of the customizing. I don't think I'm objective at all. Do you have a favorite? And should I make uniforms for the other houses as well? The second question was a rhetorical one. I'm gonna paint myself a Hufflepuff uniform if it's the last thing I paint. Until you click on one of my other videos. Bye bye. In order to dollify the girls, I will first have to get them out. Luckily, this carriage opens from behind as well. So now that I have Fleur Delacour and her little sister Gabrielle, I can dollify them. And this will be the easiest dollify I have ever done. Like, ever. Brickomotion. Yeah, I admit I needed the figures only for their hair pieces. What you actually and for realsies need is Cinderella. This one that came out in 2018. I'll use her dress for the girls. It's made out of the exact same shade of blue as the Beauxbatons school uniform, so it will do perfectly. Mwah. And then all you need to do to get Fleur is to swap out the hairpiece. Now granted, this facial expression does not suit Fleur that well, so I changed it with this one, which comes from a minor character in the LEGO Friends line. I think it matches Fleur's face as well as it could realistically be expected. So yeah, that's it. No painting, no custom pieces, the quickest dollify ever, just like I promised. And because it was so quick, I can dollify her sister too. Again, I'm using Cindy's body. Not a sentence I thought I would say. Sophie's face from LEGO Elves is a very good match for Gabrielle. By the way, this is the exact same face I love using for my custom Merida. Yet another reason why I miss having LEGO Elves around. And yeah, granted, Gabrielle should be a bit smaller than Fleur is, but what can you do? There are no midi-sized mini dolls. Yet. I am still hopeful. So there you have it. 2 mini dolls and 0 painting. This is amazing. Amazing. And they look so good. Just like, Do you like them too? Do you think I should have used some other faces? And before you even ask, Elsa's dresses are not usable for this. They're way too teal to fit this hat. I mean, maybe if you'd paint it? No. Do not complicate this. There are enough Cinderellas around. Take a Cinderella body. Take Stephanie's face if you don't have any of these special ones. And that's it. I don't need to complicate everything, right? Until the next time you click on one of our videos. Bye bye.